Welcome to Too Old, Too New, the music discovery podcast that brings you something old, something new, something Nate, something Bruce. I'm Nate Runkle, host of the Yo, That's My Jawn podcast, and with me, as always, is my good friend Bruce Warren from WXPN. The premise of this show is simple. Each week, we bring you 2 songs apiece. One new song that's been metaphorically spinning our turntable platters, and one old song that we believe still absolutely matters. What's up?
You are up, my friend. You are up. What can I tell you? You know what? I'm dying to hear about the Ringo Starr concert that you were at on Sunday night. But before we get there, we have some music to get to. But I've even held off texting you because I wanted your impressions today. So we're going to get to that in just a few. But you got something good? And well, wait. Before, how are you?
I'm good. I'm really good. Spoiler alert for an upcoming episode of Yo, That's My Jawn, but I just got done about an hour or two ago chatting with one David Lowery thanks to this podcast. So
nice. Very nice. I can't wait to hear how it went down.
It was great.
Very smart, very articulate fella.
Yeah, man. And he's got stories for days.
Yeah, I'm sure he does.
How about you? You had a great Father's Day?
Great Father's Day. Yeah, great
Good
Father's
to hear.
Day. Yeah,
good to hear.
Thank you.
All right, so I'll jump in with my new pick to start things off here. So I got a press release about this band, The Favors. All right, and just immediately reading about it, it hit me with the hook, which is male-female duo. And that male and that female is Phineas and Ash. Phineas, of course, brother of Billie Eilish, and Ash, they've collaborated prior on some of Ash's EPs and then her first LP that came out, I think, 21, somewhere around there, something like that. But so they put this group together called The Favors. All right. They have an album coming out in September on Darkroom Records called The Dream. And it's got a total Laurel Canyon vibe. It's male-female vocal. It's duets. They recorded all the vocals live together instead of tracking separately to kind of give that good feeling. He said that this is a true long play album, that you are supposed to listen to it from front to back. So I'm super excited because they dropped the first single from it, and it's called The Little Mess You Made, and we'll listen to a little bit of it right now.
Oh man, a Shevitz. That is good, dude.
Right? I love it so much.
Instant fucking classic. Come on.
You know, it's really funny too, because between that and I don't know if you've listened to the new Ting Tings album yet, but like soft rock is fucking back right now. It is so fucking back. The Ting Tings album blew my mind. Definitely check that out. I was not ready for it. Like I was not what I thought it was. I was not prepared. I didn't know. Nobody told me that they completely changed their sound. I had no idea.
Okay. So back to Phineas and the flavors.
The favors. Yeah.
Okay.
This is just right in my wheelhouse, man. Like this is the male female vocals. It kind of gives you that. You know what? It kind of reminded me of, and I almost made it my old pick, but I swerved and went somewhere else because I thought it was a little too on the nose to do. But was the Stevie Nicks Don Henley Leather and Lace? Like it's just.
Dude, you just gave me a segue idea for my show on Saturday.
Hey, there you go. I got you. That's what I'm here for. But
damn.
But it's great, right? This is the essence right here. It's going in the notes? It's going in the
notes, dude. What can I tell you?
I'm not going to lie to you that I get these little joys in these moments where I'm like, ooh, I affected the show.
You know, I carry around a notebook typically. And, you know, usually, you know, I'm always writing down ideas for either segments on my show or segues on my show or whatever. And I probably have 30 of these notebooks still. Like I've been saving them over the years. And who knows? When I go, my kids will probably throw them away. But
they
for
better
now,
not.
they're artifacts of history.
Leave a note on the first page that said, Bruce's friend Nate is a hoarder and would probably love these.
So wait, what's the story? What's the story on the Ash, the Favors? Do you know?
So they worked together, I think, on 3 songs prior to this. Phineas, I think, produced her entire first EP. and then part of the second, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
So that's how they kind of the partnership started, and then they kind of got together to do essentially make this kind of homage to the Laurel Canyon. And if you the music video is pretty great too. Like they definitely dial it up, and they know what they're making here.
I'm sure they do, and I'm very excited to hear more of it. So
Oh, and
beautiful.
one other thing, and
Yeah.
everybody's heard me say this on Yo, That's My Jawn, and I'll say it here for the first time, for people who don't cross listen, but you should. And that is, that is, I've been working on this 2-year push that I want a remake of the Michael J. Fox Joan Jett film Light of Day, starring Billie Eilish and Phineas, because it's about a brother and sister music group, and I'm
That's
like, they
nice.
could nail it. Yeah, I got words out. Don't worry,
You
I'll
could,
write that script.
all right. Okay.
What do
Well,
you?
now for something completely different.
Yeah.
So both of my picks fall under instrumental acoustic guitar players. Okay. We're starting out with something new, a record that is just flooring me from start to finish by this young man named Hayden Pedigo. Hayden is from Amarillo, Texas. He grew up studying the greats like Stevie Ray Vaughan and Ry Cooder, and then he like kind of moved into the John Fahey, Robbie Basho sort of world of guitar playing. Uh, Hayden's been making music for a long time. I didn't realize this. Put out his first LP in 2013, and increasingly he's getting noticed thanks in some part to a glowing Pitchfork review for his new record called "I'll Be Waving as You Drive Away," and this guy's got a really interesting background. He ran for city council in his hometown of Amarillo, and they made a documentary about it, movie about it, which is absolutely fantastic. It's called Kid Candidate. He's also a model, and he's a painter, and he plays amazing instrumental guitar. So let's do the title track to this one. It's called "I'll Be Waving as You Drive Away." Just gorgeous, absolutely
It's
gorgeous,
beautiful.
and it just puts you in the mood.
Yeah.
And it's a record I put on um, uh, many times, like nighttime, morning. I love it, and it doesn't matter what day, what time, what If I'm in a good mood, it puts me in a better mood. If I'm in a pissed off mood, it puts me in a really good mood. So it's just, and the playing is just phenomenal, and I cannot wait to see this guy. He's coming to Philly. He's going on a long tour. He's coming to Philly. He's playing this room called I think it's called Black Squirrel. Do you know where this place
I
is? Have you
don't. I
heard of
haven't
this
heard of
place?
that. No.
I think that's what it's called. Anyway, I'm really looking forward to seeing him play. So there you go, Hayden Pedigo. I'll be waving as you drive away.
Will we hear something like this on a little Sleepy Hollow? This feels like a Sleepy Hollow, right?
Actually, I played too. I sat in for Sleepy Hollow this past
Oh,
Saturday.
okay.
It's not something I typically do. It's a very hard, challenging program to program.
Yeah.
It's for those who are not familiar with Sleepy Hollow, it's been on the air here at XPM for 50 years, and it's a great way to ease yourself into the day. It's quiet, acoustic, a little bit of jazz, a little bit of trip hop, just the right vibe. And I actually played 2 songs from this record on it because it fit perfectly. So hopefully my colleagues who host Sleepy Hollow will get the Hayden Pedigo bug. I know, actually, I first heard about this when Julian Booker, who used to work here at XPM, played the record on Sleepy Hollow. And I was just like, I was floored when I heard it. So it's just gorgeous. It's just beautiful music. So
It's
there you
awesome.
go.
I'm
Yeah.
excited to check that album out. It's in my queue, and I haven't gotten to it yet, but I'm there,
So
man.
Nate, you went to see Ringo Starr on Sunday.
I did. I saw the Beatle. Look, so I had tickets last summer when he got sick and he had to cancel that show, and I was really disappointed because I've actually never seen any of the members of the Beatles. I haven't seen Paul, and clearly, and I didn't see George before he passed, and John passed when I was little. So I was, I was like kind of scared that maybe I had lost my chance here. But he came back through to the Mann Center on Sunday, and I got to tell you, 85 years old, that dude did not lose a step. Like, absolute a consummate performer, so entertaining. There was this great moment where he mentioned that show last summer, and he goes, he's like, but I got a little sick, and honestly, I didn't want to come here anyway, or something like that, or made a joke, and he was like, but maybe I'll come back again next year at this time, and all of a sudden he just started laughing, and he's like, God bless you, and he's like, this woman over here just said, God willing. I was like, but so quick on his feet. He had a lot of jokes, and then the band was insane because Hamish from Average White Band was on bass. Steve Lukather from Toto was on guitar. Colin Hay from Men at Work was there, and so they would segue through like Ringo songs, and then they would do like an Average White Band song, and then they would do a little Toto, did a little Men at Work. Colin Hay doing Overkill with this band was absolutely insane. And one of the weirdest moments, I texted Bruce during the show because the weirdest sentence I've ever had to say out loud was, Steve Lukather can't hit the high notes on Africa, so Colin Hay had to cover them. And it was the most 80s like body swap moments ever, because I was just like, I'm watching Steve and all of a sudden I hear Colin's voice and I'm like, wait a minute, what? And then I'm like, but man, the show was great. And of course, with a little help from my friends, you got an entire outdoor crowd singing along with it. It was just a wonderful, to borrow a phrase from Ringo, a wonderful exploration of peace and love. Peace and love.
Dude, I'm looking at the set list here. Every fucking song, it's like, it's unbelievable. I don't know the John Lennon song, I'm the Greatest, but like, Honey, It Don't Come Easy, Rosanna, Pick Up the Pieces, as you mentioned, Octopus's Garden, Cut the Cake, the No song.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
They do I Want to Be Your Man, and of course, a healthy serving of Ringo solo songs. But wow.
Yeah.
It must have been amazing. I'm bummed.
It was great.
I'm bummed I missed it.
I was not expecting the kind of segue into everybody's kind of own catalog. So like, when Rosanna started, I was like, oh, we're doing this? This is cool. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
so does Ringo play drums?
He does. Yeah. I forget who else. There was another drummer, and he did take a break at one point. He was like, I'm going to let these guys play a little, and I'm going to go back and have a cup of tea. And he did. So he just left for a little bit, hung out, and then came back out. But the show at no point slowed down. Like, it was banger after banger, and it was just an awesome night.
Wow. That's exciting. Well, that's, you never know. It could, you never know. Hopefully you'll be able to see him next summer, though. Again.
Yeah, I hope so. And he did one of his new songs from his country album, which
that's awesome.
Cool. Yeah,
that's awesome. When we did a World Cafe interview with him, Raina and him did one. He was just the best. He was so warm. He was so friendly. And the guy, he's obviously a legend. But can you imagine being, one of two of the last living Beatles, like just the weight of that and the demand, and I can't even imagine that. Like, I can't imagine it.
Yeah. Well, what's crazy is I want to say it was like when he was going into maybe like Act Naturally or something like that. Mm-hmm. He made comment about how he's been singing that song for longer than he hasn't been singing that song. And like that, just that kind of thought of like, how long he's been doing it and still enjoys it. Like, you can still see that it's not a paycheck. Like, he's having a blast, and like, that's it, man. That's the dream right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Speaking of dreams, yes. I have an old pick for you. Oh man, did you see it? Did you see that segue?
I like it.
So, staying on the theme of duets, as I went with that Phineas and Ash Favors song, I said that I thought about the Don Henley and the Stevie Nicks Leather and Lace, but I settled on this one, and the reason I did is because I've had Miley Cyrus front of mind because her new album Something Beautiful came out. It's got a film that's a companion piece to it that's supposed to come out soon. I know they did a one-night screening of it the night before the album came out. But she just did an interview on this podcast, Every Single Album, I think it's called, on Spotify. And she showed up because they spent the season talking about Miley's discography. And she came in to talk to them and go through the entire discography and she came in with notes because she was listening to the podcast and stuff like that. And I got to tell you, she's one of the more fascinating people that I've heard, like, who totally understands what she's doing, what works, what she wants to do, and what she wants to put out there. And so I wanted to pick something that I think kind of represents that spirit in her. And this is from 10 years ago. She had this series called Backyard Sessions that she did through her Happy Hippie Foundation, which is a foundation that helps homeless youths, LGBTQ youths, other kind of marginalized youths find resources and stuff like that. And she was doing like cool duets. She did one with Joan Jett, did one with Laura Jane Grace. And she did this one, which is a cover of the Crowded House classic, Don't Dream It's Over. And it's her and it's Ariana Grande. And for some reason, like, I don't know why it works so well, but this is absolutely beautiful. So this is Don't Dream It's Over. It's Miley Cyrus and Ariana Grande.
That's great. That's a great rendition. That's a great rendition.
Like, it's just so smooth. And like, if you watch the video, they're just having a great time. They ended up doing it 2 years after this at One Love Manchester, which was the live show that they put together to raise money for the victims of the terrorist bombing at the Ariana Grande concert in 2017. But it's just great, and I'd love to see these two do a duet album. To be honest, like, their
really
voices
cool
sound
idea.
Great together. You know.
That's a really cool idea, actually. You should vet that, get that into.
I'll send that one up too. Yeah,
send that one up. That's a great idea. You know, cover songs are really, sometimes they're great, sometimes they suck. I'm really glad they kind of stayed true to the original song, because this song is melodically, this song is one of the greatest songs ever. You know,
yeah,
and you know. Miley's voice, man, it's like just a warm blanket. It's just like I can live in that voice, that delivery for days and days and days. What a beautiful cover. What a great version.
Well, you know what?
Song.
She does a lot of really interesting covers. Like she did Say Hello to Heaven at the Temple of the Chris Cornell tribute, the Temple of the Dog song. And it's absolutely phenomenal. And she actually talks in the Spotify podcast about cover songs. And she said that the reason she used to do so many cover songs, like on her first album or second album, she covered Every Rose Has Its Thorn. And the reason she said she did that was because at that time, no one would write a song like that for her. And so she was like, you know, these are songs that I love and songs that I grew up with, but no one's going to service me with this. So why don't I just do what's there? You know?
Exactly. I love it. Well, you just gave me another idea for a song to play on my show on Saturday. I'm going to buzz that Chris Cornell song out.
Oh, it's so good. That's my favorite. That's one of my favorite things he's ever done.
That song is fucking brilliant.
Yeah. For sure.
It's unbelievable.
What do you got for old?
Okay, so I said that I was going to keep it in the instrumental acoustic guitar playing world for both my new and my old pick. And my old pick is a guitarist named Kaki King, who's been playing since early 2000s. Hopefully you've heard of Kaki. If you never have, well, welcome to the world of Kaki King. Second album in 2004 called Legs to Make You Longer. Really kind of put her on the map as a premier acoustic guitar player. In fact, in 2006 or 2007, Rolling Stone came up with this, you know, one of their famous lists, and they called the list the New Guitar Gods, and there were 16 people on it. She was the only woman, and she was number 9 on the list. Second only to Derek Trucks as the youngest person on the list.
Wow.
And this record is absolutely phenomenal. Once again, fantastic guitar playing, open tuning, all kinds of technique and stuff. I'm not a guitarist, so I can't explain it to you, but I like what I've heard over all these years. And this song is called Doing the Wrong Thing, Kaki King.
It's
more
incredible.
Beautiful guitar playing from
Absolutely
Kaki King. And
incredible.
if Kaki ever tours, you should go see her play, because she's just incredible to watch. I mean, you know, just just body, soul, technique, and it's just like it's just a beautiful thing. So there you go.
Yeah, definitely check her out live, or if you can't make it out, check out some YouTube videos, because like the recordings are incredible, but watching her play is just watching a master technician at work. It's incredible to see.
Yeah, and so much great feeling, just unbelievable feeling.
Yeah, for sure. So these tunes, as always, will appear on our Spotify playlist. You can find a link in our show notes. You can find us on the socials. I'm at Yo, That's My Jawn. He's at Some Velvet Blog. You can hear Bruce every Saturday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. on WXPN or xpn.org. You can hear me on the Yo, That's My Jawn podcast, which is now back. My interview with Kevin Hansen is out. And then I have something, if you happen to watch this before the 19th, before Thursday night, if you're in the Philly area, I'm actually performing at Fringe Arts at 7:30. There's a storytelling podcast called Risk, and it's hosted by Kevin Allison of MTV's The State, and I've been a guest on it 2 times, so this is my 3rd time, and I'm telling a story about how I ended up in Maureen Dowd's book, Are Men Necessary? Maureen Dowd, the New York Times columnist who broke the Lewinsky-Clinton scandal. She wrote about me in her book, and I'm going to be telling that story at Fringe Arts.
Okay, now if that's not for one of the best forward promotion teases I've ever heard, I don't know. Then no more exists. Nate, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Wow.
So it should be fun.
Shit.
It's me. It's Jillian Markowitz. I forget who one of the other performers is. Plus Kevin Allison will tell a story, and then they're taking 3 members from the audience to do a story slam. If anybody wants to, put their name in a hat and try to tell a 5-minute story. Mine's a little longer than that. We're about 15 minutes right now. Well, 18. I got to get it down to 15. I got 2 days, but yeah. So 7:30. You can find tickets at risk-show/live, or just come on out and we'll high five. And yeah, man. So the video will be up by the time anybody hears this. The other video will be up. I promise. I'm doing it tonight. So
you're turning them around pretty quickly now, right?
I'm
Nate,
getting
so
there.
Thank you.
Yeah, there we are.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, well, I got a job to do. I got work to do.
I know. Exactly.
All right, my friend.
Yeah.
Come on, hang with me, Bruce. Too old, too new, we're the truth. Come on, hang with me, Bruce. Too old, too new, we're the truth.